The autumn rain fell relentlessly on the cobblestone streets of Lyon, France, where the Saône River wound like a vein through the city's historic heart. Mist clung to the ancient stone bridges, and the air carried the faint scent of chestnuts roasting from street vendors huddled under striped awnings. It was in this melancholic haze that I, Etienne Moreau, first discovered the fracture in my world. My wife, Claire, with her cascading auburn hair and eyes like the stormy Mediterranean, had been my anchor for 12 years. We lived in a modest apartment overlooking the Fauvier Hill, where the Roman ruins whispered of empires long crumbled, much like our marriage would soon prove to be. Claire came from a lineage of old Lyonnais silk merchants, her family estate in the Croix-Rousse district a testament to faded glory. Her father, Henri, a stern patriarch with a mustache like twisted iron, had always viewed me with disdain. I was the outsider, the son of a Breton fisherman, who had clawed my way through university on scholarships and sheer will. Our union was a scandal in their eyes, Claire, the heiress, marrying beneath her station. But love, or what I mistook for it, blinded me to the undercurrents of resentment. Henri's subtle manipulations, insisting Claire manage the family finances, pressuring her to bear an heir to continue the bloodline, sowed seeds of discord I only later recognized as generational poison. It began with whispers. Claire's late nights at the family textile firm, her phone buzzing with messages she dismissed as work. I trusted her, foolishly, until one fog-shrouded evening in October. Returning early from a teaching conference in Paris, I found her in our bedroom, entangled with Luc, her childhood friend and Henri's favored protégé. The scene etched itself into my soul, the dim light from the bedside lamp casting shadows on their flushed skin, the rumpled sheets smelling of her jasmine perfume mixed with his cologne. Betrayal hit like a gale off the Atlantic, ripping through the fragile edifice of our life. I didn't confront them, not then. Rage simmered beneath a facade of normalcy. For months I played the devoted husband, attending family dinners where Henri pontificated on legacy and Claire avoided my gaze. Her mother, Elise, a frail woman haunted by her own marital regrets, sensed the tension but said nothing, her silence a complicit veil over the family's secrets. Elise had endured Henri's infidelities for decades, trading dignity for the comfort of their villa's manicured gardens and the social prestige of Lyon's elite circles. She confided in me once, over a glass of Beaujolais in the kitchen, that love in our world is a transaction, Etienne. Don't expect poetry. The motive for my revenge crystallized during a stormy Christmas at the estate. Snow dusted the Rhone Valley hills, turning the landscape into a monochrome painting. Henri announced Luc's promotion to head of operations, a role Claire had coveted. Her eyes flashed with hurt, but she smiled, toasting with champagne that tasted like ash in my mouth. That night, as wind howled through the chimneys, I overheard Henri and Luc in the study. "She's too emotional for leadership," Henri growled, "but with you at her side, the Moreau name endures." Claire's affair wasn't mere passion, it was a pawn in a larger game of power. Her father's orchestration to control her, to erase me. Generational trauma pulsed through it all. My own father had vanished when I was 10, swallowed by the sea during a fishing storm, leaving my mother to raise me amid poverty's grind. I vowed never to abandon, yet here I was, discarded. The betrayal unearthed buried wounds, my fear of invisibility, of being deemed unworthy. Claire's infidelity wasn't just personal, it echoed the dismissals I'd faced from her family, reinforcing that I was expendable. I planned meticulously, the slow burn of vengeance fueling my days. By spring, as cherry blossoms bloomed along the riverbanks, I began siphoning funds from our joint accounts, small amounts untraceable, into a hidden Swiss bank. I forged documents, drawing on skills from my history professorship at the Université Lumière. I confided in no one, not even my sister in Brittany, whose calls I let go to voicemail. Moral dilemmas gnawed at me. Was I becoming the monster they painted me as? Claire's laughter at family gatherings twisted the knife, but I pressed on, envisioning her unraveling. Summer brought heat waves that shimmered off Lion's terracotta roofs. Claire noticed my distance, her touches tentative, her apologies veiled in, "I'm stressed, darling." Luke hovered, his smug grin a constant provocation. I vanished on a crisp September morning, a year after the discovery. No note, no trace. I left my phone in the apartment, my wallet emptied. Boarding a train to Geneva under a false name, I shed Etienne Moreau like old skin. In the Swiss Alps, amid jagged peaks and glacial lakes, I rebuilt a new identity, Alexandre Dupont, a reclusive writer in a chalet overlooking Lake Geneva. The air was crisp, pine-scented, a far cry from Lyon's urban hum. I invested the siphoned money wisely, growing it into a modest fortune through anonymous trades. News filtered through, Claire's frantic searches, police investigations labeling me a missing person. Henri used his influence to hush scandals, but whispers spread in Lyon's salons. Had I fled debts? Suicide? The family firm suffered. Claire, distraught, mismanaged deals. Her affair with Luke exposed in tabloids. Elise withdrew further, her health declining in the estate's echoing halls. Luke, opportunistic, distanced himself, pursuing a rival heiress. Psychological tension mounted in my isolation. Nights brought dreams of Claire's tear-streaked face, her pleas echoing in the mountain winds. Was revenge worth this solitude? I questioned my soul, staring at starlit skies, the moral weight pressing like avalanche snow. Yet the power struggle fueled me, stripping them of control, forcing confrontation with their deceptions. A year later, winter's grip tightened on the Alps. Snow blanketed the landscape, muffling the world in white silence. A knock echoed through my chalet one evening as fire crackled in the hearth. Opening the door, there she stood, Claire, gaunt, her coat dusted with flakes, eyes red from weeping. "Etienne," she whispered, collapsing into my arms. The wind howled, carrying the scent of her jasmine, unchanged yet laced with desperation. She begged forgiveness, spilling secrets in the flickering light. Henri's manipulations, pressuring her into the affair to secure the legacy. Luke's abandonment when scandal hit. The family's unraveling. Elise's death from a broken heart. Henri's stroke leaving him bedridden. The firm teetering on bankruptcy. "I thought you'd left me forever," she sobbed, clutching my shirt. "I searched everywhere. The police said you might be dead." I let her speak, my heart a storm of emotions, pity, a lingering love, unquenched fury. The climax built in that room, walls adorned with books on forgotten histories. I revealed my plan. The funds I'd taken, now multiplied, enough to buy out the Moreau estate anonymously through proxies. "You betrayed me," I said, voice steady despite the tremor within. "But I didn't destroy you outright. I made you feel the void, the powerlessness your family inflicted on me." Moral dilemmas clashed, forgive and rebuild, or complete the revenge. Claire offered everything, divorce Luke, whom she'd married hastily, return the money, start anew. But generational scars ran deep. In a tragic twist, I chose exile. Go back to Leon, I told her, as tears froze on her cheeks. Live with the ruins. She left weeping into the night, her footsteps crunching in the snow. Months later, spring thawed the Alps, wildflowers blooming in defiant color. I sold the chalet, vanishing again, this time to the Breton coast, where waves crashed like my father's final breath. The revenge was complete, a slow poison that healed my wounds but left me forever changed. In the end, satisfaction mingled with sorrow, a cinematic fade to gray skies over the sea. The family drama closed, but the psychological echoes lingered, a testament to love's fragile empire.